Season 3 for Marvel Rivals is finally here, and that means some heroes are going to be changed on the tier list. Some are going to go up, some are going to go down. Although this season did not bring a lot of big changes, we do have a new hero and some new team ups. So today we will be taking a look at the tier list made by Bogur, and I will be sharing my opinions on this tier list. And we also have our own personal tier list where I will be ranking the heroes according to what we see here and as per my opinion. So let's get this show started. It's a 1 hour 9-minute long video, so it's going to take some time to create this tier list.
I'm gonna make a tier list. It's gonna be awesome sauce. It's pretty early into the season, but I'm pretty confident in what I'm gonna type here. Purely because the season isn't much different than the previous season. I think it's like the changes this season in season 3 balance change wise were so boring. Like they were so minuscule. Like nothing really changed.
Yeah, I kind of agree with him, because aside from a new hero and the team ups that we got this time, they are not really that great. Aside from the Wolverine one didn't really impact the game much, because Wolverine was perma-banned before and now he's still perma-banned. So I don't think many people have seen any change in their game yet. The game is just going as it used to go before.
So I think it's pretty much going to be the same meta, except that now we have Phoenix and we have some new team-ups. But I don't think the team-ups are that drastic. Like, I think the Squirrel Girl one is bad. I think the Venom...
Squirrel Girl one is actually so mid that I have literally not seen anyone play it. Crazy.
Hella one is whatever. Wolverine one is crazy. Am I missing a team-up? Spider-Man team-up. Honestly,
Spider-Man team up is so funny, bro. Like, the fall off of Spider-Man needs to be studied. It's crazy how that hero just went from a menace to being absolutely dog shit. Crazy, bro.
You have some things that are different, but overall most things are pretty much the same. So I'm just gonna start. I think D tier, I'm putting Thor. Cool character. I'll be honest, who plays this hero? I know people are gonna be like, oh my god, but Thor is so good. No, he's ass. Okay, he's ass. Nobody played him in the tournament.
Chill, bro. We understand you don't like Thor. Come on, man.
And for $3 million, you would suspect people to play Thor if he is good in a $3 million tournament. The bans were so tank heavy, people still didn't pick Thor. So I think that's a lot.
I think Thor is in a really weird spot, because Thor tries to be everyone, but he's not good at anything. He tries to do a lot of damage, but the damage is not enough. He tries to sustain with shields, but the shields are not enough again. He gets a few dashes, but again, the mobility is less when you compare to flank tanks like Venom. So he's trying to be everything, but at the end of the day, he doesn't really get anything done pretty well. His slow bubble, that's kind of a useless ability in my opinion. Does not do much, does not impact the game in any way, and he probably has one of the worst ultimates in the entire game, unless and until the enemies that you're playing against are like plastic rank. They'll either just heal through the ultimate or they'll just move out of it. It takes so much time, and you can kill him while he's using that ultimate. It's crazy.
A lot of proof that this character isn't good. I know you probably win games in bronze, but I can win games in bronze handless, right? So, listen, it's...
In my opinion, yeah, Thor sits in D tier. You cannot really go... You cannot even cross plat with this guy. It's crazy. He's just that bad. And he's gonna waste one tank slot in your team when you could have someone as OP as Doctor Strange. So, I don't know. Nobody should pick this hero as long as you're having 2 tanks or 1 tank. Maybe if you're playing 3 tanks for some reason, you can go Thor just for the damage, but other than that, no, not really.
Next up, I'm gonna put Black Widow. I think Black Widow is D tier.
Oh, yes.
Nobody plays this character. This character is ass. Before, you could play it with Hawkeye and kill people instantly with a team up.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Why would you play Black Widow when you can just play Hawkeye? And Hawkeye does more damage. Hawkeye has more, let's say, self-survivability stuff, right? His team-ups are better, and his ultimate is absolutely broken.
It's really bad now. The team up is ass. I've never seen anyone play the team up. This character has, like, if you play on console, it's a horrible character. If you play on PC, it's a horrible character. You just cannot one-shot, and you have a better time one-shotting on Hawkeye than playing Black Widow.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a better job one-shotting playing any other character than one-shots than playing Black Widow, because she can't one-shot, and that's what...
I'll go ahead and say this, and it will sound absolutely crazy, but Adam Warlock is better at one-shotting than Widow. Because if you can hit the enemy's head with Adam's charge shot, you will get a one-shot. But Widow, she cannot one-shot anybody. It's crazy. Crazy. This hero really needs some sort of buff. Because as it is right now, she's just there. She's just occupying space on the roster and nothing else.
You're relying on. You could play Mantis and get value on it, but then you're just gonna get Dove, and BP and Cap and Venom are just gonna be on your ass. So again, nothing really changed with her either way, so I don't see why you would play Black Widow instead of Phoenix or...
Yeah, we're putting Black Widow on the D tier.
Yeah, nobody plays Widow. Yeah, there's one guy that plays Widow in high elo, and high elo is Eternity, and that's low elo, okay? Yeah, but Eternity... Okay, guys, you have to understand something. Eternity, low Eternity is not high elo. No, none of the pro players play there. Once you start hitting one above all lobbies, high retro, and playing against good players will counter your ass. That's why a lot of one tricks...
Now, here is something that I want you guys to understand, right? He's speaking the truth. He's speaking from good players from high elo perspective. But as soon as you cross Diamond, you're already better than 90% of players playing this game. Like, the game itself tells you that. So, unless you are in the top 10% or top 5% of these players, a lot of things that work for Bogur may not work for you. It may not work for all of us, because at the end of the day, most of the people are in the bottom 90%, right? Only a few people are in the top 10%. So just because something works or does not work in the top 10% does not mean it will not work for you guys. Because the game absolutely changes when you move from low elo to high elo. Anything below Eternity, people really don't know what they're doing, right? They don't know how to counter anything. They're just playing one-trick heroes. They're just doing whatever they can do. But they have no idea how to play as a team, how to counter heroes, how to counter pick, and how to swap your team and everything. So obviously, whatever he's saying is not going to be applicable to most of us. But again, even in that case, even if you're low elo, please don't pick Widow, man. Please don't pick Widow. If you want to snipe, just go Hawkeye, just go Hela. I'll be more than happy. Just don't pick this hero.
Here, I Scarlet Witch, bro. Nobody plays Scarlet. I'm putting Scarlet D tier. Ultron is not D tier, bro.
Yeah. I mean, Scarlet Witch D tier. I would argue she's C tier. Alright, let's listen to what this guy has to say, okay?
Guys, I'm getting a lobotomy. I've seen zero Scarlet Witch play in the last month of me playing Marvel Rivals in One Above All. I also looked at stats. I think she's one of the lowest win rate characters in the game. I'm sure you win games, and I'm sure...
If you look at Scarlet, she's very situational. She doesn't work in all the teams. She works really good against flyers if you know what you're doing. But then again, she is also pretty much useless anywhere outside of that. But the thing is, Scarlet Witch really works well in low elo. Okay, if you are, let's say, hard stuck in gold or platinum for some reason, Scarlet Witch really works in low elos. People just don't know how to deal with this hero. And yeah, since people don't really have that sort of map awareness and everything in low elo, you can actually get insane team wipes and stuff with her ultimate. So if I had to put Scarlet Witch, I would put her in C tier, just because she is very viable in low elo. And the game isn't just about high elo, right? it's about low elos as well as high elos. Like I said, most of the people playing this game are still in low elo, and this hero works in low elo. Just works.
You guys are crazy. This character sucks, okay? Okay, this character sucks. You can play her.
Yeah, I agree she sucks, but she works. That's the thing. She works in low elo.
You can get value on her sometimes, but I promise you, you get more value playing another character. The only good value on this character is the rage bait factor. Her stun is fine. It's just whatever. It's just mediocre. Compared to your other options on DPS, it's just mid. Okay? And again, if you want to play a character that has no aim and you want to cheese your way to like Celestial and then get hard stuck in Celestial instead of learning a good character that's always good, be my guest.
Yeah, this is something that you guys really have to keep in mind, right? If you main a hero like Scarlet Witch or Cloak Dagger, someone who doesn't have to aim, literally no skills required. Like I said, Scarlet Witch works in low elo, but once you get to higher elo, people are going to counter you so hard, and then whenever you pick any hero that needs to aim, that needs mechanical skills, you just absolutely suck. So this is why, even though Scarlet Witch is C tier in my opinion and works in low elo, you really should not pick this hero, because this hero makes your mechanical skills literally dog shit, and you don't learn how to play the game at all. So when you reach higher elos, you're just gonna get stomped. It's just best to avoid this hero.
Yes, guys, I'm making a tier list so early purely because the season is basically the same as last season. They just added Phoenix, and Phoenix is another DPS. I don't think anything has changed. Like, the balance patch has been mediocre at best. It's been like...
True, man, true. A lot of people are kinda disappointed with Season 3. Like, if you check Marvel Rivals in various social media, people are saying that this season is probably one of the most underwhelming season updates this game has ever got. And I kinda agree. Not a lot has changed. I was looking forward to some useful buffs, right? Seeing heroes like Thor or Scarlet Witch actually be useful, but again, nothing has changed.
Like, one change to Emma that doesn't mean anything, slight nerf to Fent, and then slight adjustments because of the new team-ups, and all of the team-ups are kind of mediocre. I'll be honest. I'm not very excited about the team-ups. So
except the
I
Wolverine
really
one.
hope they're cooking something for mid-season, because this season patch has been really mediocre. I kind of want to play Penny. I know why you guys play Penny, but I won't place her in D tier because she is an elo terrorist. Okay, she's an elo terrorist. I guess you can win all of your games up until Celestial and Penny. Go crazy. She's an elo terrorist. Okay, so I won't put her in D tier. Yeah, you guys don't shoot the nests. I don't understand you. I don't understand how people don't shoot the nests and go.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy, guys. Like, especially when you have a flying DPS on your team and the flying DPS does not shoot the nests. It's really crazy. Like, I don't understand how people can be so single brain cell in this game, because if you shoot Penny's nests, she becomes completely useless. Like, she's literally a walking target practice.
Go outside and work. Like, some people they work like in quantum computing, but then they queue up Marvel Rivals and their brain cannot understand the concept of shooting nests. So I can't comprehend it. Okay, so whatever. I will not put her D tier. Even Moon Knight, honestly, I would put Moon Knight D tier. I don't think this character is good. Yeah, I think Moon Knight is I'll be honest with you.
Nah.
No, Iron Fist isn't D tier.
What?
Moon Knight doesn't beat Loki. What do you mean Moon Knight beats Loki? You're out of your mind. Doesn't beat anything, bro. Every time they pick Moon Knight, they just die over and over again because your hitbox is the size of Emma Frost.
Now, guys, the problem with most Moon Knight players is they cannot aim. And I believe if you can aim on Moon Knight, you become an absolute menace to deal with. Right? People mostly who cannot aim, they just rely on the Ankhs to do damage. But if you don't have to rely on your Ankhs and you can actually land headshots with this guy, you can aim on people, this guy is literally so annoying to go against, especially if the enemies are in groups. If your team is in groups and this guy is just hitting the tank and you're in the back line just eating free damage. And it's a lot of damage. It's not even less damage. It's a lot of damage. I will... Where's Moon Knight again? Yeah, I will put this guy in C tier. Again, just like Scarlet Witch, right? This guy, he works really, really well in low elo. Really well. He does get dive sometimes, but if you have the Cloak Dagger team up that makes you invisible, and you have little bit of map awareness, you are maintaining your distance away from enemy flanks and stuff, and you can aim at people, you can literally cause so much destruction with this guy. His ultimate did get nerfed, but because the area is bigger, you can use it to zone enemies, keep them away from the payload and stuff. Sometimes it does come in clutch. Not really a very useful ultimate, but again, very situational. And in low elo, like he was speaking of Loki, in low elo he does counter Loki a lot, because what you will see in low elo is people will just put Loki clones right in front of their face all together, and his unks will just bounce between Loki. Once you are higher elo, people will start getting creative with Loki clones. They'll put their clones in high up spots and separate from each other, so you cannot Moon Knight into them. But in low elo, he's absolutely dangerous, and just because he is good in low elo, I'm gonna put him in C tier.
Like, if you want to nuke Loki, why would you not play Phoenix at that point, right? Like, also, Loki gets countered by Moon Knight if Loki just spams all of his clones in the same spot. You don't have to do that.
That is exactly what low elo players do.
Moon Knight is not B tier. You're out of your mind. No. Moon Knight is definitely
he's not. He's not B tier. He's max C tier.
Not enough. Like, only damage if you guys sit AFK and you don't shoot the Yanks and his ult is ass. I'm putting in D tier. We're not discussing this anymore. Go back to the corner. That character is D tier. It's just horrible character. Horrible character. I've never been happy to have a Moon Knight on my team.
Personally, you can spam this guy. I won't say not to spam this guy, because he actually requires some mechanical skills to play, and he will improve your aim. So if you're starting off this game, if you're low elo and you're struggling, this guy just washes low elo, bro. Play him in low elo. There's no problem.
I think I'm gonna start with C tier now. No, Jeff isn't D tier. I'm gonna start with C tier. I'm gonna put Squirrel Girl. She's only good on C.
Yep. Completely agree. We're just gonna put it right up. Whatever reason he says, Squirrel Girl is just gonna be in C. Oh my god, I did put her in B tier. That's crazy. She's gonna be C tier. She's very situational, so obviously you cannot. It's impossible to play her at higher elo. She only works at low elos, and that too very situationally in very particular maps. So yeah,
certain maps for a slight amount of time, and if your team is alright, and if the enemy team doesn't shoot and it just sits AFK together, it's whatever. And her team up is ass. B at least. Could you guys stop rage baiting? Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my mind, guys. You're rage baiting so hard. Squirrel is not fucking B tier, bro. Get out of my head. She is C tier. She's good at spamming big chunks of enemies. She's good at spamming chokes, but I would rather have a Phoenix. And if somebody's off angling, she just dies. And like, she's just good at cheesing people that are sitting at a choke point all stacked together. And then if the enemy team doesn't shoot the ult, okay?
Is it just me, or all Squirrel Girl skins are really ugly? Like, I don't know, man. I think it kind of matters to me, because I purchase skins for almost all characters in the game, and Squirrel Girl's skin is all of them are literally so ugly. I don't understand. Like, her base model is better than most of the skins, and the current one that we have with Venom, it looks so weird. That's just my opinion, though. I don't know. I find all of her skins very ugly.
Like, yes, she has a 20-second missile that does 100 damage. It's so ass. It's so bad. The team up is so bad. Like, if you play against a coordinated team, they're just gonna cook your chungus, okay? S tier against Groot. Yeah, bro, Wolverine. If Squirrel Girl is S tier against Groot, Wolverine is a fucking hydrogen bomb.
Yeah, why would you pick Squirrel Girl against Groot when you have Wolverine? That is crazy.
I feel like Squirrel Girl would be good depending on the meta, but the meta isn't good for her, and also it's really dependent on the map, so I'm moving on.
The meta is flying, and she cannot shoot flyers. Simple deal. She's useless.
Oh, Penny's C tier. I'm sorry, guys. The only way you guys.
Yeah, I can't agree with this. Penny is only good against stupid players. I'm being completely honest. If you're playing this game and your DPS is not shooting Penny's mines, just go and report them. Like straight up report them. Okay? And if that guy is flying and he's not shooting Penny mines, report and block them. Because it's atrocious. Like, how can you be so mentally ill that you don't shoot Penny's mines? If you shoot her mines, she's just a walking target practice and nothing else. Her right click is kind of annoying. It can cancel a few ults. That's probably the most broken thing about her, but that's about it. Nothing about her is good. And even in low elos, you're better off playing Groot than playing Penny. Any day.
Guys lose against Penny is if you just sit AFK and just have 0 brain cells. Stop spamming question marks. Nah, bro. Stop spamming question marks. No. The only way you lose against Penny is if you just actually turn off your brain.
You know, recently, Penny flanks were pretty common. A lot of people were playing Penny flanks, and I think that's again another example why this hero is absolutely so bullshit. She works only in low elos, and especially brain dead low elos. Like, imagine an entire tank flanking you, a tank that has no mobility like Venom, mind you. She's just walking across walls. That's about it. An entire tank who needs to set up her nest in one spot, and she cannot move from that spot, and she is flanking. So can you imagine the amount of map awareness that your teammates have if Penny is able to flank? Like, it's non-existent. People will literally need to have no amount of map awareness for this to work, and it was working, which makes me wonder how many people play this game and have literally no idea of the map. It's crazy.
Oh, Reed Richard. I'm putting Reed.
Oh my god. No, bro. No, that is crazy.
C tier. I don't think this character is good, bro. I'll be honest with you. I don't think this character is good. Go, stop saying question marks every.
Nah, bro. We are putting this guy. We're putting this guy on B tier. I don't know. I don't care what he says. This guy is very, very, very annoying. Having him as a DPS means you basically have a third tank. He's stupidly tanky. And if he gets heals, he becomes more tanky than literal tanks. He can attack flying people. He can make life or flanks really worse. So if the enemy is playing Spider-Man or Panther, he can just stick to them and keep annoying them. And the thing is, in lower elos, nobody really knows how to counter him. Literally no one, right? Ever since you enter gold, you're gonna get bans, and Wolverine is gonna be banned every single game. Trust me on that. And this guy, he's gonna be open. He's not gonna be banned in any game, and he's just absolutely annoying to go against. Absolutely annoying. If you are a flank, he is very, very annoying. If you are a support who's in the back line and he starts flanking you, it's very, very difficult to get him off because he just keeps pulling himself to you, and he's so tanky. His ultimate is kind of useless. It's basically time stalling, but sometimes his ultimate is useful to force enemy healers to ult. So that's again gonna happen only in lower elos. You can just ult on enemy healers and force them to waste their ult. It's not gonna happen in higher elo, but again, in low elos, he's absolutely very annoying. He's more annoying than any of these guys, and that is why I'll probably put him in B tier.
Every time I make a decision, bro, stop typing questions. But this character is no way you think this character is good, bro. There's no way you think this character is good, bro. There's no way you think this character is good. He just runs around and he claps his cheeks and then he claps your cheeks and he doesn't do anything. He just sits AFK on point. If your Emma grabs him, he dies, bro.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Emma will counter almost any flank. Emma will counter any melee hero. So that does not mean that they are not good. And especially when you are in lower elos, most people who are playing Emma, they are not that situationally aware to go and actively grab you. And when you're playing this guy with another flank hero, Emma is probably busy dealing with the other flank hero. So let's say if the team has a Panther, then Emma will probably be busy dealing with Panther. She won't be saving her grabs for Fantastic.
And then he goes ho haha for like 50 million hours. He's only good at stalling and cheesing enemies. These characters ass. I don't even see Fent 1 tricks in my games. You saying they nerf a C tier character? You know why they nerf? Do you know why they nerf Reed Richards? Because you guys are too stupid to shoot his ass.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. More than 80% of people are in lower elo, and this guy is an elo terrorist. So obviously the devs went ahead and nerfed him. And even after the nerfs, it's not enough to prevent him from destroying low elo. That's the thing. He is too broken in low elo. And since this is an overall tier list, I don't want it to be, too much focused on the high elo stuff. In low elos, he's just absolutely dangerous.
But Penny's kind of a baddie.
Bro.
You know the meme of Agent Dokes?
Too sus.
With Dexter? Yeah, that's me. I'm Dokes. You're going to jail. Not me. I just read the comment from somebody in chat. Honestly, Jeff the Terrorist Shark. I'm putting C tier Jeff. C tier Jeff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that totally makes sense. Why is Jeff C tier? Just because there are better healers than him. And his ultimate, it's not really a defensive ultimate. On a healer, you really do need that defensive ult, right? So just because you are not getting that defensive ult on him, it's difficult. You're against Luna and Invis, or even a Cloak Dagger, and you have a Jeff on your team. Nah, bro. You're gonna lose every team fight.
Oh, again, you guys spamming question marks. Alright, bro. Alright. Sibao. No, this character isn't that good. All of these characters in C and D are just rage bait characters. You can win by rage baiting, but once you start playing against good players, they cannot be rage bait and you just lose the game. Because in this game, support ults are very vital. So if you have a Luna ult and they match with Luna ult, and then you have a Jeff ult and your Jeff misses, or they shoot him, or your team doesn't help the Jeff, or the map doesn't help him, the other team just uses another support ult and you just lose the game because they're mortal. Okay. Therefore, I don't think Jeff is that good unless you're playing two supports. But at that point, you might as well play Ultron. Okay. So
yeah,
from
exactly.
my personal experience,
if you're playing two supports and you are playing a third one just for utilities, nah, come on, man. It's not really that good. Jeff is not really that good. He's cute, but his cuteness is not gonna give him one more tier. That's not happening.
and I don't think that character is good. Okay. Moving on. Don Sibao. Spider-Man C tier. I will not elaborate any further. I think the character is ass. I'll be honest with you.
If I'm being real, I'm gonna put him on D tier. Not even kidding. If your team is struggling against Spider-Man, just pick a Namor. And Namor is one of the easiest DPS characters to play. And if your team is not picking Namor against Spider-Man, then your team just wants to throw and they just want to lose. And I think it's common sense by now that you need to have a Namor if enemy is going Spider-Man. And his damage has been absolutely nerfed. The new team up ability he got, that's also kind of useless, and all of his damage has been fixed, like dropped. Basically, he cannot one shot people with his ultimate as easily as before. He's not he's not making out of D tier 100%.
Moving on. Here come the question marks. Yeah. Bro, Spider-Man's ass. I put him C tier. I don't care. No, okay, I won't put him C tier. I'll put him B tier. I'll put him B tier because he's a menace to society in lower ranks to the point where you guys legitimately cannot kill him, okay? And then you have some Adaro snorting teenager that fucking zooms around the map and kills your entire team, okay? But even then, if you just play no more, he loses the game, okay? Necros needs to go find a fucking job. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, even if you're talking about Necros, he literally stopped playing Spider-Man now because he's just that bad. Spider-Man is just that bad. Now you can imagine a player with the mechanical skills of Necros is not able to make Spider-Man work in high-low. So how will normal people make this guy work? It's crazy. It's not gonna work, man. Spider-Man is just absolute dog shit.
That they nerfed it. Okay, I'll put Iron Fist C tier. I kind of agree. I think Iron Fist isn't that great.
Yeah. Iron Fist is C tier. We're gonna put him. Alright, where is Iron Fist? There he goes. C tier. He was good before, and before his nerfs, I would put him on B tier, probably even between A and B, but after his nerfs, he's just not it.
Like, especially after the nerfs. I mean, you can still get value if the enemy team doesn't ever like deal with you. Okay, so look at these guys. They all say Iron Fist C tier. I agree with them, and now they spam question marks. I think I'll put Mantis B tier, maybe. I kind of want to put Adam C tier. I know. It's a very thing. A very complicated thing. Because Adam is only good in rescom. Like, you never want to play him without rescom. But he's so good in rescom, so yeah. But yeah, I agree. I think Iron Fist as a character is a lot worse now. I'd rather have a different character on my team. I'd rather have a BP or a Magic than that. I'd rather have a really good Magic than an average Iron Fist. Moving on to B tier. Let's make it quicker. I would put Rocket purely of how easy he is and the fact that if against Phoenix he's ass.
Honestly, I'm not gonna put Rocket in B tier. I'm gonna put him in C tier. Why? Because if Jeff is C tier, Rocket doesn't get to be B tier, bro. It's just as it is. It is what it is. He has a so-called defensive ult, but the defensive ult is not as good as other healers. And his healing is on par. His right-click healing is on par with Jeff's normal attacks. They don't do damage. Jeff at least does damage now. And his beacon, if you are clever, you can put it in places where people will not destroy it. But again, it's pretty easy to find out where the Rocket is placing his beacon, and yeah, if people are looking out for it, it's pretty easy. And now that we have Phoenix, who just absolutely destroys Rocket's ult as well as his beacon with just one ultimate. If Phoenix didn't exist in the game, he would probably be B tier. But because Phoenix exists and literally everybody is playing Phoenix right now, Rocket drops 1 tier. He's still good though. Like, if you are not really good at aiming and if you want to rank up, he's a pretty safe hero to play. He's a pretty safe healer, and not a lot of people are going to complain about having a Rocket on the team. Yeah, you can just right click your way to Celestial if that is something you want to do. But he's just not as effective as other healers right now.
I want this to be a little bit of both, right? So I'm gonna put Rocket in B tier, really bad in high elo, don't play him. He's really easy though, so if you ban Phoenix, you can play him. He's really bad against Phoenix.
Yeah, you really need to ban this character to play Rocket. But then again, at the same time, I might as well have a Phoenix on my team as a DPS, then have a Rocket on my team as a healer. If I have to choose between both of these, I know a Phoenix will put much more impact in the game than a Rocket. So why would I ban Phoenix just to play Rocket? That makes no sense to me. So Rocket, yeah, he's not going up.
Bogur built like Rocket Raccoon. All right. Genuinely,
Sheesh.
I think the character is ass. But I know a lot of people play Rocket, and I know he has a high win rate, and I know people.
I'll be completely honest. People with high win rate on Rocket are just being carried. That's the truth. They're just being carried.
Moving on, I'm gonna put. Who else am I putting B tier? I'm putting Magic B tier. Bad character in high elo, really good character in low elo. Elo terrorist, really bad against the thing. The thing absolutely counters his chungas.
Yeah. Magic, easy B tier. And also because of the reason that Magic is completely broken on controller. So if you play Magic on PS5, you're just destroying the lobby. She's too easy to play, and because people on PS5 have like potato aim, it's very difficult to kill this character. You'll see her dominating even high elos in console lobbies. So very, very annoying to deal with on console. On PC, she has a huge number of counters, like Thing counters her, Emma can counter her. But still, in lower elos, she is very annoying because she can just go invincible. Then she gets a lot of shield. Her ultimate, if timed right, if you can flank with it properly, you just end up wiping the whole team. Definitely a B tier character.
It's just that she gets so much shields and she moves around so fast, people just genuinely can't react in lower elo. So definitely B tier in that sense. Definitely B tier. I think even in high elo, if they're playing triple tank and spawn camping, Magic is good. So
Magic just
but
works.
I never see this character played. But yeah, moving on. I think what else is B tier? I think Adam is B tier. I think B tier is just like very situational in the sense that it might be elo terrorism, but once people start playing against better, they just win. Adam is only good in res comp, and it's cheese factor, and the cheese is really cheesy.
Here's the thing with Adam, right? I'm gonna put this guy on C tier again. Because Jeff and Rocket Raccoon are on C tier. Adam cannot be higher than them. Adam definitely cannot be higher than Rocket Raccoon. Simple fact is, Adam does not work in high elos. Adam only works in low elos. And in low elos, people don't know how to ult with Adam. They will use his ult in literally the worst position ever, and everyone gets respawn and immediately dies. You can play him with a res comp, but again, if you're playing with randoms in low elo, people just don't coordinate with you properly, and Adam players don't really ult in proper positions. And even in low elos, he is going to be out-healed, outclassed by other better healers out there. So yeah, he does not have any sort of mobility, any way to protect himself. Again, that's a huge problem. You get dived and you get instantly deleted, and dive meta is something that really works in low elo. So you're gonna have a huge amount of headache. Nobody will save you, and you're just gonna be dived 24/7, and you will not be able to save yourself. Adam just goes in C tier. If they buff his soulbound and make it a little bit more powerful, in a sense that if Adam uses soulbound, he himself cannot be killed easily, then he can move up. He can move up to B tier, obviously. But as of right now, he's sitting in C tier for me.
It's really bad without res. Without res comp, because without res comp, you don't want to play only Adam and another support. And I'm also gonna put Mantis B tier because I think Mantis is again really good in res comp, really good in triple support, but you never want to play her in 2 supports as your second support, because I think Mantis ult is dog water compared to that. And I think their latest change to her healing is maybe a net nerf, in the sense that it heals more tanks, but it heals less squishies.
I would put Mantis in B tier. Yeah, Mantis suits B tier. Mantis is above Warlock because her ult is a little bit more useful than Warlock. It's not really the best defensive ult in the game, but it does give you immunity to death for a few seconds. So that can be helpful. And her healing is not really there. I have always found Mantis heals to be very low. You definitely cannot play her with 2 supports. You need to have 3 supports on the team. And if you're running 3 supports, you might as well have Ultron. But if you even have a Mantis, it's not that bad, just because Mantis has a lot of damage in general if you are landing the headshots. And that third defensive ult, not as good, but again can come in clutch in many situations. Also, she is pretty good at dealing with backline flanks. So if you are in low elos, you will get a lot of people playing this girl, this chick here, Magic. You will get a lot of people playing Fantastic, Black Panther, Spider-Man, and Mantis being able to just sleep them it's pretty clutch. It can help you and your backline a lot of times. So yeah, Mantis going in B tier.
But Mantis ult is really bad. So you only want to play her in rest comp, and that's it. What else in B tier? I kind of want to put Storm in B tier. I think Storm is not good. Agree, disagree. I think Storm is whatever. I think Storm is whatever because I have barely seen people do the Jeff Nado after the nerf.
Agreed, bro. If you are in low tier, you will see Storm banned every single game. But honestly, Storm is the kind of flyer. She is in the situation of Iron Man where it's very, very easy to shoot her when she's flying. She does not do the whole jiggle thing that Human Torch or Ultron do. She's very stable flying in the sky. So if your team picks any sniper, Ella, Hawkeye, or even if they pick a Punisher, Storm is literally going to be useless the whole game aside from her ultimate. And even her ultimate's duration is now low. It does not really do much if you don't have the Jeff Nado. And the Jeff Nado, again, that means you have to take a Jeff on your team when you could be picking Luna, you could be picking Invis, you could be picking Cloak Dagger, you're taking Jeff. So yeah, that's a big compromise you probably don't want to do, and you also cannot do this in solo queue unless you have your teammate on voice or something. So Storm, I don't really understand why people overhype her that much. She's not really that good. She's not really that good. Her damage buff also does not create any game-changing effects or anything like that. A solid B tier, nothing more, nothing less.
I think she's really easy to kill. I think her ult is really easy to counter. I think there's so many ways to deal with her. Also, Phoenix ult actually just nukes her. I think low A tier. I never see Storm. That's the thing. I don't know how it is in an A. I never see this character play. I'm putting Venom B tier, guys. I'm gonna do it. I'm putting Venom B tier. I think it's really good if you're good, but I think so many characters counter him. I think a good Punisher counters him. I think a good Wolverine counters him. I think a good Emma counters him. I think Namor counters him. I think if the enemy team plays against you and plays well, I think you get cooked.
I think Venom deserves A tier, bro. Venom deserves A tier. I don't know. If you're talking about dive tanks, there are really any dive tanks which do their work better than Venom, because you have a really good exit strategy with Venom. Most of the dive tanks, they don't really have that good of an exit strategy. His ultimate is kind of iffy. It's not really that huge, right? Most of the time you won't even get one kill with it, but you can create a lot of nuisance in the background with this guy. And even as a frontline tank, Even if you're not diving and in some situation you have to save your team's frontline, Venom is extremely tanky and he can do that. You cannot do something of that sort with Cap, because Cap literally cannot play frontline. You always have to be diving their backlines. Venom can kind of do both of that. So I'll put him in A tier. Sure, he has a lot of counters. You can go Emma to counter him. Like you said, a Punisher with a shotgun is gonna absolutely end your career. But then you just have to be careful with Venom. And Venom works really good even in low elos, as well as you will see him being picked a lot in high elos. You just have to be careful with this guy. And if you just have another dive hero with you, so if you are playing Venom and you have a Black Panther with you on the team, if you have a Wolverine on the team with you, both of you or 2 or 3 of you can dive on the enemy team together, and yeah, the synergy that follows it, it's really strong. It's very difficult to counter Venom, especially in solo queue.
So I think he's B tier. Again, if you're Andrew or something, you can get value on him, but it's purely dependent whether or not the enemy team is bad or not. And like, I feel like it's hard to get value on him, and it's so hard to get value on him when the meta tags are Emma and Mag, because if you play Venom instead of Emma and Mag, and the enemy team actually POs you, a lot of the situations, what happens is that you just lose the frontline battle because your Mag is just getting cooked by 2 tanks. And I think Cap is better than Venom. I'm straight up, for real. Like, even after nerfs, I know Japanese Curry said he's bad, but I see Cap so much. I disagree with him.
Cap's ultimate is definitely better than Venom, because at least it counts as a defensive ult. It can help your team in some situations. But again, I always feel like Venom's exit strategy is what really makes him good as a flank. He is a flank tank, right? Captain is a flank and Venom is a flank. And Venom just has the kit to flank properly and get out of sticky situations. Cap, many times you'll just end up dying, because when you are running away from the enemy, you're just showing your back to the enemy. So it becomes much more easier to shoot you down if you're low on health. With Venom, you just swing out and it's so fast that people normally cannot shoot you.
Like, I disagree that Cap is bad. I think it's so good because he has a 3rd support ult, and you can stow forever.
Yeah, that ult is what basically makes Cap good, in my opinion. But other than that, not really.
Like, it's so good on defense. I'm gonna put Iron Man B tier as well, purely because I think Phoenix is a new hit scan that cooks. Hela cooks him, Punisher can cook him, Magot cooks him. He got nerfed. Big hitbox. He's good at one-shotting supports, but in high elo, Mag just ults him. So I don't know. I don't think it's that good, right?
Yeah, Iron Man after the nerfs, you'll see this guy banned a lot in lower elo, and you'll see a lot of people pick him in low elo. He's a little bit difficult in low elo to counter, especially if you don't have a Hela or a Punisher on your team. But honestly, if you are playing Hela or Punisher, this guy is just one of the easiest heroes to absolutely be useless. You can completely destroy him whole game because he does not move. He's very static while he's shooting. He's a very easy target to shoot. And his ultimate, I think people are slowly understanding how to counter his ultimate, because in lower elos you'll see a lot of people play Cloak Dagger and they'll just make the whole team invisible when he's ultimating. Or again, Magneto, that's not something you see in low elo. People saving Mag out for Iron Man, that's pretty rare in low elos. But in high elos, people are gonna do that as well. Sometimes people will just strange and take shield right up to your face so you cannot do anything. There are lots of counters to Iron Man's ult. He rarely pulls it off. So yeah, and also the fact that you are completely stable, completely fixed in one place while you're ulting, anybody with game sense is just gonna instantly shoot you down when you're trying to ult. Instantly. You will disappear the second you're trying to ult. So yeah, he falls down a tier a bit. And after losing Hulk team up, he's a little bit weaker now.
I don't think it's that good. Maybe like, even if you go for Iron Man ults and you can get value on it, I feel like you can get more value on like some other stuff as well. You can kill through support ults with Punisher ult as well. So it is a way to kill through support oats, but I think there's better ways to kill through support oats. Torch is definitely A tier. So the thing about Torch, I'm gonna put him A tier, is that Torch, I don't know why you guys never play him, but he's a permaban in high elo. Like, he is a permaban in high elo. Like, quite legit. Oh wait, what about Star-Lord? I never see Star-Lord played, but that's a good question. But I don't know why people never play Torch in lower elo. I think maybe because he's hard, but like, he is really good. Like,
Here's the problem with Torch, right? Torch is undeniably an A tier hero. Among all the flying heroes, Torch is one of the best heroes to play because he is very difficult to shoot. And he also gets a shield. So again, pretty tanky. His ultimate is huge value. You can force enemy support ults with it. The problem people don't play Torch in low elo is because his basic attack combos are a bit difficult to hit, right? You have to have good aim with him. And if you cannot aim with him, then you're basically useless the whole game.
his ult is pretty good at baiting ults and like just killing people if they don't use the support ult. He does insane damage. He can dive the supports and get over shields. His Invisible Woman team up makes him really hard to kill, especially with the flag. I don't know why you guys refuse to play him. Maybe because you don't get healed as much. Maybe it's harder to coordinate with your team. But I don't think he's as bad as you guys think he is, right? I think the character is a lot better than lower elo wants to think he is. And you guys don't play flyers, but this character is a terrorist. Moving on, I think Hawkeye is A tier because I think Hawkeye does insane damage. I think he's a terrorist if you're really good. His ult is whatever. And I'm not sure about the Luna Snow team up. I don't know if it's any good anymore. But I think it's a really good character if you can aim.
Yeah, if you're talking about sniper characters, aside from Hela and Phoenix, this guy is the only character who can basically one-shot anyone with his arrows. Any squishy. And he definitely is one of the highest skill cap characters in the game. Very difficult to master. But if you can master Hawkeye, he's the kind of character you can play straight to one above all and you will not have any problem. Straight up from bronze to one above all, you can play this character because he's just insane. He's just insane. Yeah, you just have to get better with him. That's it. The skill to entry to Hawkeye is pretty huge. If you think Hawkeye is not good, that's probably because you are not good enough with him. That's the only reason.
Because you can one-shot, and I think you can win a lot of games if the enemy team is lacking a mag or something. Especially if they don't have a shield, you just kill everyone all the time. But he's just a really good character in the right hands. The only reason I'm going to put Cloak A tier is because most support players are handless freaks and do not have the capability to play Loki or Luna. Anyways, moving on to Cloak and Dagger. Moving through the ranks, there's two reasons why you want to play Cloak. Number one reason you want to play Cloak is in high elo or pro play. If you want to boost your Punisher or your team to kill stuff through support loads, which is really good because of Terror Cape. But none of you know how to use Terror Cape in fucking bronze elo, okay? And the only reason you think she's broken is because it auto heals and her ult is just brainless press button and then you never die in lower elo.
Yeah, I think the main problem here is people don't read abilities. That's the whole point. Most people just watch others playing characters and they just think, oh, this is how you play. But you actually have to go and read the abilities to understand that Terror Cloak is just so damn broken.
And you complain about it, okay? So I'm gonna put Cloak on A tier. I'm gonna put Cloak on A tier. I think in the wrong hands, you can get value. In the right hands, you can get crazy value, okay? I'm gonna put Hulk A tier for two reasons. The team up, and also because I think good Hulk players, if ammo is banned, are absolute fucking terrorists. You've seen me play Hulk. The games are so easy. Like, you actually become a terrorist. Like,
Actually, that's crazy. Hulk is actually crazy. Even in low elos, Hulk is insane. And it's not really that difficult to be a good Hulk player. You just have to like the amount of hours you need to put in to become a good Hulk player is considerably less than the amount of hours you need to put in to, let's say, become a good Panther player or a good Spider-Man player. So Hulk is considerably easy compared to that, and his Namor team up is absolutely busted. Namor counters a lot of flying heroes. Namor counters Spider-Man, Namor counters Panther. So Namor is a hero that's picked a lot in high elos as well as in low elos, and you're just making Namor even more OP just by being on the team. And if enemy doesn't have an Emma to pick you up and slam dunk you're just absolutely destroying their backline all the time.
If Wolverine's banned and Emma is banned, terrorism. Like, even if Emma
And Wolverine countering Hulk is not really a big problem because Wolverine is banned like 99% of games. Even on low elo, Wolverine is like banned 99% of the time. And on high elos, he's always banned. So you are never going to have to deal with Wolverine.
banned, as long as Wolverine and Punisher are banned, terrorism. And those characters are always banned. Like, Wolverine's always going to be banned right now. Namor team up, really good against divers. And I think Namor is not that bad right now. So I think Coke, in the right hands, is a terrorist, especially in lower elo where you never shoot his ultimate. So moving on, Cap. I think Cap is A tier. I think Cap is A tier because Cap provides for a third support ult, and the third support ult is really strong.
Yeah, totally agree with him. The reason this guy is in A tier and not B tier is just because of his ultimate. As a dive tank, he is significantly worse than Venom or Hulk. And as a frontline tank again, he's significantly worse than Magneto or Emma. But if you have this guy, and if you have, let's say, a really defensive tank on your team, like Magneto, to take care of the frontline, your ult can be absolutely clutch. If you don't have any healer ults, or if your healer ults run out and the enemy is still dominating your team, this Cap ult can really save you. And sometimes you can solo stall for an objective with a Cap ult and wait for your team. If your team is dead and you're the only one alive with your ultimate, sometimes you'll just be able to stall the site long enough for your team to join you with your ultimate. So that is kind of crazy. That is pretty insane.
On defense, like, it is super annoying to use one support, debate one, a second, and then a third one, because you can never break through their defense because you run out of support ults. You need to manage your road super carefully to break through it. So especially in high elo games, he's really good because your team never dies, and he can actually dive the enemies if you have a Psylocke. Second of all, on lower elo games, he's really good because your supports will always die to his negligible damage because they don't heal each other. Range on S tier. I think Strange is definitely A tier. I think portals are important. I think he's decent. I think he's okay, especially if Emma is banned. You can make some cool portal plays, I guess. He provides decent value. The buffs are really good. He has good burst damage. If you hit your ults, it's really good. It's not the best character in the game. I think it's definitely strong.
You know what, guys? We're gonna put Strange on S because I feel like his ultimate value is insane. It can come in really clutch, and if you have a team that's following up, so for instance, you have a Human Torch and you have a Strange, the Strange ults their enemy team, right? They just stuck, they can't do anything, and then Human Torch follows up with his ultimate, you're wiping out the whole team. Strange ult can be insanely helpful when enemy team is pushing you. You can just stop them in one position and you can completely flip the game in a second. So because of his ult utility, I think this guy deserves an S tier. Just because of his ult utility. And because his biggest counter is Wolverine, and Wolverine is probably going to be banned every single game, he's chilling. He's chilling in S tier.
He's solid. Like, he's solid. He's solid.
Also, there's literally no one else in the game who can give you a chance of winning a losing game. Like, in the last second, Strange's ability to just portal into the zone, take your whole team, at once and giving you that one more chance to take back the zone. I think that in itself is fucking huge. And because nobody, not a single other hero on Marvel Rivals can do that, give you basically a second chance at the game. Strange deserves S tier just because of that portal.
And if you can use your portals correctly and coordinate with your team, I think he's definitely really, really, really good. Moving on, because I don't really know what else to say about Strange. I'm gonna put Ultron A tier. Yeah, Strange is just Mr. Consistency. Ultron A tier. Triple support comp with Ultron, really strong.
Ultron, you know what? Ultron, it's a very difficult spot. If I had to place Ultron, I would place him somewhere between A and B. The reason being, Ultron is really good in high elo where people know that you have to play 3 supports. But if you are in low elo, you already know that people hate taking 2 supports. Forget about 3. Sometimes you're lucky if you even have 2 supports that are proper supports, right? So asking your random people to carry 3 supports when you're playing Ultron is crazy. They'll never agree to you, and you will probably have to play 2 supports, and in 2 support situation, Ultron heals are just not enough. But you will have noticed people who play Ultron, almost all the time they get MVPs. It's stupidly easy to get MVP on this guy because you're doing damage and healing at the same time. He's an MVP machine. So if you're trying to preserve your rank points, you know, like even if you lose, you're not losing too much, and even if you win, you get a lot of rank points. Ultron is really good hero to rank up. You're getting that MVP constantly every single game. But again, just because Ultron does not work in low elo, it doesn't work at all, I'm going to put him in B. If you are talking about high elos, he would be in A, but yeah, because he is not really that helpful in low elos and people don't know how to work with Ultron in low elos, he's gonna sit in B tier.
Nobody's killable. You have a 3rd support load. And then if you play a cap, that's 4 support loads. Nothing dies. He has strong damage. The healing drone will keep your team safe if they're being dove. He's basically a DPS. He's not a support. He's a DPS that can heal. And he counters BP. He counters magic because you just put the drone. He's really good at pocketing people. Like Phoenix and Hala and whatever else. Insane range. Insane utility. He's whatever. Like, he's just there. I'm never sad to have an Ultron. You never want to play him with another support only. You want to have at least 2 supports. Okay? He is a DPS character. He is 100% a DPS character. I think the Moore is A tier. Maybe he's S tier, but I think he's definitely A tier. I think his new changes, so he can actually 2-shot 350 HP targets with his left click and right click super consistently. His new projectile speed is like hit scan. Like straight up. And then the ultimate buffs are really good now that his main neutral is really good.
Yeah, we're gonna put Namor in A tier because he literally counters a lot of the dive heroes. If you have one Namor, your backline literally does not have to worry about dives anymore. And I think that is a huge bonus to the team, because then your backline, specifically your supports, can completely focus on healing your team and they don't have to worry about being flanked, being killed every 2 seconds. Just having that peace of mind because you have a Namor on your team is absolutely insane. And because of this guy, Spider-Man is in D tier. He's just that broken. So we have to keep him on A tier. His Hulk team up is absolutely insane. And since both of these guys are in A tier, you will see this team up really used often. Namor is banned a lot in many games, even in low tier, even in high tiers, just to counter this whole team up strategy and to allow people to play flanks. That is probably the reason I'm putting him in A and not in S, because he's banned half of the time. If he was not banned, he would probably be in S tier for me.
Good. I think he might be S tier, unironically, if you give the season a little bit more time and people get used to it. Too many characters in A tier. I don't like this. Too many characters in A tier.
That's a good thing, no? That means the game is kind of getting balanced. In fact, I would prefer it if all of the characters were in A tier, because that means all the heroes are good and you can just play anybody you want. So this is a good sign. This means that the devs are working. They are working to balance the heroes properly.
I think Star-Lord is definitely A tier. I think he's just good. He's strong. His ult is really good. Good poke. His ult is insane.
Gotta agree to that. Star-Lord, pretty easy A tier. Pretty easy. The problem with him is he needs a lot of skill to learn. He's not an easy hero. And his ultimate can be easily countered with Magneto, but his ultimate charges really fast, right? It's one of the fastest charging ultimates when you talk about just DPS characters. And so Magneto is not going to have a counter ult every time for Star-Lord. And if there is no mag ult, you are basically forcing their support to ult just to counter you, which is pretty insane. If you can force their support to ult in a sticky situation, you just wasted one of their ultimates. And if they don't have a support ult or a Magneto ult, they're basically cooked. The main play about Star-Lord is you have to be patient with him and you have to be careful when you are popping the ult. You cannot just use it randomly anytime. But if you use it properly, you're getting 5 KOs very easily. Very easily. And he also works really good against flying heroes. Since this meta has Torch sitting in A tier and we have Phoenix, I don't know where Bogur is gonna rank her, but if I would rank her, I would place her again in A or S tier. Since there are so many flying heroes and so many of these annoying characters, Star-Lord is really good against them.
I think he's just straight up good. Even without res comp, he's pretty good. With res comp, he's really good. And if you have a good Star-Lord, I think he just cooks the entire enemy team. He's really bad against Mag, because Mag ult can counter his ult. But outside of that, there isn't... I mean, he's bad also against Hela, but I think he's pretty good. Okay, I'm going to put BP on A tier. There's too many characters on A tier. I don't like it. But I'm going to explain why
that's good.
BP is so good. I think after they fix the no-regs, I see a lot more BP even in my games, which is...
That's good, no? A lot of people in A tier. BP, you know what? We don't have a lot of flanks left. Hey, we don't have a lot of flanks left. Psylocke is good. Psylocke is decent. And the Wolverine is absolutely broken. And if you consider these two flanks that are left, BP is an easy A tier. He doesn't work in very high elos because obviously people know how to counter him. But even if you are in Celestial, he is very annoying. Because if enemy takes BP, you actually have to reorganize your entire team to counter BP. You cannot just pick one counter or two counter and be okay with it. You have to reorganize your whole team, because if there is even one character who is weak against BP, BP is just gonna farm that character throughout the whole game. So very difficult to counter this guy. In low elo, he is absolutely an elo terrorist. People don't know where he's coming from, where he's going, and before you know it, the whole backline is just gone. It's finished. People are just screaming in chat like, what the fuck happened? What am I supposed to do against this guy? Okay, healers blaming tanks for not saving them, tanks blaming healers for not being situationally aware. But this guy just creates a huge amount of mess, and you will see that this guy is now being banned even in high elos, because after his bugs got fixed, there are some really insane BP players out there. Sinatra, bro. insane BP players out there, and they will just, like, even if you know how to counter BP, a good BP player is just really a nightmare to go against. So easy A tier.
It's a sign that this character is a terrorist in all ranks. I think in pro play he's a lot easier to counter, but I've seen this character terrorize my supports in high elo. I can't imagine what it is in lower elo. And also, I think BP is the highest banned character in low elo. And when he's not banned, if they have a good BP, is just hell on earth to deal with. Because if my supports don't have the capabilities to deal with him, we just lose the game. So I think he's really strong right now. And there's some crackheads that just run around and cook your entire team all the time. All flyers counter him. Yeah, but that's why you get another DPS to deal with flyers, and then he deals with supports. People don't know how to peel. That's why BP is so good. It doesn't matter why he's good. He's good. Okay, S tier. I think Invisible Woman is S tier because she counters Wolverine and she's really good. I think she has a good team up with Thor. She has a good team up with Dink. She has a good ult against Punisher. Is Bucky S tier? I actually didn't think about Bucky.
Actually, it's pretty easy, you know? It's pretty easy to have Invis Woman on S tier. The reason is because Invis Woman is one of those healers who can actually support your flying characters really well. She can just put a shield on them and your flying characters will have a much easier time in the game. No other healers really can do this because other healers will just have to keep looking out for your flying characters. Aside from Ultron, Ultron can put a drone, and if you don't have Ultron, if you're running 2 healers, then Invis is probably the only hero who can help flying heroes really well. Also, her ultimate is pretty broken. Again, makes everyone immune inside it. Very, very annoying to deal with. I don't think there are any counter arguments as to why she should be below S tier, right? She's just way too strong. Way too strong. And her push and pull abilities, if you are good with it, you can throw a lot of enemies off the map. You can create distance between you and flanks. Again, pretty huge. You can just make yourself invisible if there's a Panther on the enemy team. Again, very huge. Really good healer. Really insanely good healer.
I Bucky's going A tier, bro. I forgot about Bucky. Yeah, this character's not S tier. He's good, but not that good. His ult is really good. Yeah, just Bucky is going A tier. I forgot about him completely. Yeah, he's not S tier. He is really good. He's not that good, and his win rate isn't that good either.
You know, Bucky, I'm gonna do a crazy thing. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Again, Bucky is in a situation like this because of Ultron. People in low elos, they don't really know how to play with Bucky. They don't know how to play Bucky well. And Bucky needs a lot of support from his team to shine as well. Okay, he's not gonna be as OP as Hela in sniping people who are far away. He's not gonna be as good as Torch. He's not gonna be as good as Hawkeye, right? His ultimate is only gonna work if your team helps you during your ultimate, which is pretty rare in low elos. His hook is very clutch. You can cancel a lot of ultimates with it. You can pick tanks or supports out of their position, which is huge. And other good thing is if you're playing Bucky, you don't have to worry a lot about enemy flanks because you can counter flanks really well. But aside from that, yeah, just because he doesn't really work good unless you have a good team, and a good team is very rare in low elos or even in mid elos, I'm gonna put him in B tier. He's not someone who can put a lot of pressure on the team just by being alone or playing solo in a solo queue. You need a very good team for him to work.
Moving on, I think Psylocke is S tier. She's a terrorist completely. She's been a terrorist for a while, right? I think she is definitely one of the characters of all times. She does a lot of damage. She has a lot of flank potential. She's the best diver in the game. She terrorizes the backline. She has a good team up with Emma. Emma is always really good. I'm not gonna put her.
Yeah, I mean, if you are talking about Psylocke, I would probably not put her in S tier. I would probably not put her in S tier, right? The reason is because not a lot of people play Psylocke well. That can be a huge reason. That can be a huge reason, yes. Because 80% of people are still in low elo. And people in low elo don't know how to play her well. So she's not going to be as easy to play as Inviswoman or Strange. Like, these two are absolutely brain dead. They are way too easy. Psylocke has a huge amount of skill cap required to play her. But if you have the skill cap, you are insane. If you don't have the skill cap, you're not going to be as good on Psylocke as any other flanker. And again, I genuinely don't want to put her above BP, because BP is absolutely insane and BP is perma-banned. Psylocke is not perma-banned all the time. So yeah, Psylocke, a solid A tier. I won't really put her on S tier. Her ult is also pretty easy to counter. If you have a mag, you can just shield. Any flying hero can just fly out of it. You can just shield it completely with Loki, heals, make everyone immune. It's pretty easy to counter her.
She has a really good neutral and she has a really okay ult. Like, her ultimate isn't the best, but you can get a lot of kills, especially if the enemy team doesn't know how to counter her. And a lot of enemies do not know how to counter her because you guys don't understand the concept that her damage gets spread out if you play together, right? So other than that, there isn't much more to add because she didn't really get that many changes. She's still really, really strong, and it charges up really fast, and she genuinely does so much damage to tanks. Moving on, I think Hela is definitely S tier. I think Hela is really good.
Yeah, Hela easy S tier again. Definitely not S tier, obviously, because Hela is difficult to play if you have a BP on the enemy team. BP is really insane. And if you have, let's say, a Hawkeye on the enemy team, you're gonna be reverse sniped. That's not fun. But Hela, again, if you are looking for a sniper character who is pretty easy to play, Hela is the easiest sniper in the game and gets insane value for being that easy. She can two-shot anybody with a headshot. Does not have any... Okay, not anybody, basically 250 HP hero characters. She can two-shot them at any range because she does not have any damage fall-off, which is absolutely crazy. Her ultimate is not the most broken one. Again, in low elo, people have no clue how to deal with this ultimate. Because of that, in low elo, her ultimate is completely busted. But in high elo, your ultimate is... It's okay, you'll probably get 1 kill or 2 kills max to max, but you're not getting like 4 or 5 whole team wipes with it, never. People will just shoot you down. Yeah, if you're looking for sniper heroes, I don't think you can get anybody better than Hela, who's as easy and as good to, like, as easy to get value out of. Yeah, the only reason she's not making it up to this tier is because she is pretty weak against flanks, and if they have enemies have a Venom or something, playing Hela becomes a lot more difficult. You cannot just one-shot, two-shot Venom and he's just after your ass the whole game. Similarly, if they have a cap, he's gonna be after you the whole game. Very annoying to play against them.
Putting S tier. I think the thing is broken. I think the thing is broken. I'm gonna say it before anything happens. I think he's broken. I think he's busted. I think he's busted.
Yeah, after the buffs, this guy is actually insane. Because he can now jump into enemies and he can jump out of enemies as well. Right? This makes him one of the best tanks that you can play both as a flank as well as a frontline. Right? Most of the flank tanks you cannot really play as a frontline. You can completely play Thing as a frontline, and at the same time you can counter flying heroes, and at the same time you can play him as a flank. And his ultimate is really insane because if you time it right with your team, you can pull off some huge combos. He gets that team up with Inviswoman, which again, if you are playing Thing, you absolutely want Inviswoman on the team. Makes Thing even more tankier than he is. And yeah, he's one of the very few rare tanks who counters Wolverine. Wolverine is absolutely insane this patch, so being able to counter him is really huge. You also are immune to Spider-Man, so you're not being hooked off the map. The only one use case of Spider-Man becomes useless now. So Thing is really good. Insane tank.
I think he's busted. I'm gonna call it before that, and then I'm gonna be wrong, and people are gonna laugh at me. I think he's busted. I think the fact that I can fly into the enemy backline and do how much 80 damage, and in a millisecond, because you can charge it before that, is insane. 90, yeah, bro, that is ridiculous. Like, if I walk up, fly into the backline, and I can charge up my right click as I'm flying, I can hit them once, and if a BP dives them, they die. And stun them. Even if you stun him, he can. If you save your shift, you 100% run away. I think, okay, Groot is a bad matchup, but the thing about Groot is that he gets countered by so many characters as well, right? I mean, he gets countered by Punisher and Wolverine. But if these characters aren't open, I think Groot is good. I mean, the thing is, one of the better tanks you want to play into Wolverine, and when you have a Wolverine as well. Moving on. I'm going to put Phoenix S tier right now because I think she's really good. She might be SSS tier. What if I put... Okay. Oh, wait. Actually, my actual opinion here is that I think I think Phoenix is probably S tier. I might be wrong. But what if I put her SSS tier? What if I put her SSS?
You know what, guys? If you're talking about Phoenix, I'm not gonna put her in S tier. I'm gonna put her in A tier. This is because Hela is just better at sniping people than Phoenix, right? Phoenix is good in situations where there are lots of grouped up enemies, but yeah, aside from that, Hela is better than her in sniping enemies from far. Her ultimate, Phoenix ultimate, is pretty good because you can counter Rocket, but in high elos, normally nobody is going to be playing Rocket. Rocket is just restricted to mostly low elos. If you're playing Rocket in high elos, bro, why are you throwing? Okay, so yeah, nobody plays Rocket in high elos, nobody plays Penny in high elos. She counters Storm, but then again, Storm can be countered by anybody like Punisher. And just because Hela exists, Punisher exists, I don't think she is S tier, right? She's A tier at best. Yeah, Punisher can also counter her pretty easily because Punisher can just shoot her down. She does not have a long flight, so it's pretty easy to shoot her down. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know if I would. As far as I have played this game, Phoenix has not really been a huge problem. If your healers are absolutely dog shit and are not healing you, then probably Phoenix burst damage is gonna be a huge headache. But if your healers are healing you, then Phoenix burst damage is also not really something that's way too crazy. I think Phoenix gets good because you have Wolverine. If Wolverine is open by any means, you need to have Phoenix on the team because of the team up, right? Aside from that, I don't really think that having a Phoenix on the team, if enemy does not have Rocket or Penny, is gonna be any good. I would much rather have a Punisher than I would have a Phoenix. I would much rather have a Hela than I would have a Phoenix. Especially if enemy does not have Rocket or Penny. That's it.
I'm gonna put Punisher S tier. He's really OP. He's really good. If you ban Mag, he's broken. He's good against every tank. His ult is insane. Yeah.
Here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let's go. We're gonna put Punisher as our first SSS tier. He is arguably the best DPS, range DPS in the game. Best range DPS. If you're talking about just range DPS, right? He can counter flanks. He can counter dives. He absolutely shreds any tank. Aside from Magneto, like you said, because the Mag bubble can stop a few bullets as well as Mag gets the shield. But if Mag does not have the shield and bubble, you destroy Mag as well. Your ultimate can be countered by Mag, but he really forces Mag to ult very fast. Like, that is very crazy, right? Mag ult, Mag ult can only absorb a certain amount of damage, and if Mag tries to absorb Punisher's ultimate, he really cannot absorb the whole ultimate. He has to absorb like half of it, and then if he is lucky and he dunks on Punisher and Punisher dies, that's well and fine. But if you are playing in high elos, or if you are playing even in mid-high elos, right? If you are in diamond or something, people are going to heal Punisher when he is ulting. So someone is going to use a cloak dagger ult when he's ulting, or maybe people are going to use a Luna ult when he's ulting. Then you just cannot one-shot dunk Magneto that easily, right? And your team is also going to have a Magneto, so they're just going to bubble Punisher when he's ulting. So yeah, Punisher is insane. He is literally like the best DPS in the game right now. And if you guys are not banning him, I don't know what you guys are doing. He definitely needs to be banned. Every single game he needs to be banned.
Wonderful, wonderful. Like, I think you can play Punisher and win every game in every single rank. You can one-trick Punisher and win all of your games. Right? I think if characters like Groot are on the field or the thing and you don't play Punisher, you're throwing the game. No Mag on the enemy team and your ass is not on Punisher, you are definitely throwing. So lock in. I mean, he's weak against dive, but if your team plays the Thing or Ultron, you can PO him super easily. Yeah, so I'm gonna put Punisher S tier. The only bad thing is Mag, but I think he's really, really, really strong. And then I'm gonna put Groot S tier, because if you ban Wolverine and if you ban Punisher, which isn't that, like, Wolverine's always gonna get banned, and if you're a Groot player and you just ban Punisher, I think he's a terrorist as well.
For Groot, I'm not gonna put him in S tier. Honestly, he's good at A tier. Why? Because he's not as OP as Magneto and Emma. That's one reason. Also, he's not as OP as these guys, right? The problem with Groot is Groot has a lot of counters, and Groot creates problems for your team, right? If you are not a 5-stack who's playing on voice chat all the time, and if you're not on high-elo, you can actually create a lot of problem for your own team. Like, you can just put a wall in a really bad spot, and that will prevent your team's Hela or your team's Punisher from getting a potential kill. Or you can just put a wall and block heals away from yourself, right? Like, wrong walls are very, very common in low elos and in mid-high elos, and most of the time you will see your team being screwed because of your walls, right? Very annoying, very annoying. Groot is also one of those tanks who's like a walking hitbox. If you have a Punisher, if you have a Hela, if you have any DPS who's like doing a constant amount of damage, then Groot is one of the easiest heroes to charge your ult from. Very, very huge hitbox. You can hit him continuously and he does not really have a lot of shield or anything to protect himself from. Yeah, I'll put him in A tier because he's not that good in low elos. He can be insane in high elos with really good players, but that's the thing. Most people don't know how to play him well, and most people are low elo, and he just creates more problems than he solves them.
I don't think he's as strong as before. That's why we have the SSS tier. Before he would be SSS, but I think he's really good. He just runs the game down on certain maps, especially if, again, Wolverine and Punisher are banned. So I think Groot is definitely a character you want to be playing most of the time, especially because his ult is really, really strong. His bolts are really, really strong. And I think it's a good character to learn because some maps you can just win for free. Like, it's really hard to deal with him depending on the comp. Moving on. Emma Frost, SSS tier. Her nerfs are meaningless. She is OP. Mag with Emma, and Psylocke really strong. Emma is always good. If you don't play Emma when she's open, you're throwing the fucking game. Moving on. You don't want...
Let's just do it. Let's just do it, right? We all know Emma and Magneto are going in the SSS tier just because these two are insane. Emma counters every single flank and dive in the game right now. I don't know what they nerfed about her, but she is absolutely insane. Even to this date, her ultimate is very annoying if you don't have a defensive ult, or if you are in a position where you can't hide yourself from the ultimate. Absolutely destroys the game, right? Very tanky in diamond form, very difficult to kill. She has a ranged attack, so she can be a menace even if you are a flyer, right? If you're flying low, you can be sniped by hell. Insane, bro. No other tank can snipe you as a flyer, but Emma can, right? And Magneto is just Magneto, guys. I don't think Magneto has fallen down from SSS tier ever since the launch of the game. Insane hero, one of the best defensive tanks in the whole game. You can bubble is huge. Bubble can make your tank or bubble can make your dive or your support completely immune. Your ultimate cancels Star-Lord ult, it cancels Punisher ult, it cancels God knows how many different ults. It's very insane. Like, Magneto is not moving down from SSS tier anytime soon.
Want to play any other character but Emma if she's open. If she's open and you don't play Emma, leave the game. Okay? Like, there is no point, there is no situation you don't want to play Emma if Emma is open. The only situation you don't want to play Emma if Emma is open is if you're solo tanking, at which point Mag might be better. And speaking of Mag, I think Mag is definitely a character that you always want to play. Like, straight up, there is no situation where you don't play Mag.
Yeah, if you are solo queuing and if you have to pick a tank and you don't pick Magneto, you're just throwing, bro. You're just throwing. You can take Magneto and you can play another trash tank like Thor, okay? And it's completely fine. It's completely fine. But you definitely need a Magneto in every single team, because if you don't have a Magneto, you're going to be stomped by this guy, Punisher right here. You're going to be stomped by Star-Lord. It's going to be one hell of a game. So definitely have a Magneto.
Like, there is no situation where you don't play. If Mag is open, one of your tanks needs to go Mag. If you're solo tanking, double tanking, triple tanking, whatever comp you're playing against, you always want to have a Mag. Like, you need to play Mag. Like, if Mag is open, you play him. That's it. That's it. Like, he didn't get any changes. He only gets buffs. He counters a lot of shit with his ult. His bubbles are really good for peeling. His damage is really good. He's really good at staying alive. Moving on. Loki, SSS tier. Always play Loki. I think if your supports are not playing Loki when Loki is open, you guys are terrorists.
Yeah, here's the thing again. If you're talking about healers, we have to put Loki and Luna Snow on SSS tier. Because if you have these two and Loki is just copying Luna's ult all the time, absolutely insane. The only reason Luna is better than Inviswoman in any situation is because Luna has a stupid amount of damage, right? Like, in any situation, if you're being flanked, you can completely counter the flank alone with Luna. You can freeze them and then you can just headshot them and they'll just disappear. She has stupid amount of damage for being a support. I don't know why she has so much damage. Her ultimate is insane. You can heal and damage buff people at the same time. Now, if your teammates are stupid and walk out of your ult, then that's a whole different issue. But in most situations, you will be able to play her very easily. Yes, she does get dunked by Magneto at sometimes, but that is why you always have a Magneto on your team, so that you yourself can get the bubble when it counts, right? And compared to other healers, you're just better off playing Luna. You get the whole package. You get the damage, you get the CC, you get the damage buff, you get the heal. Pretty insane. Also a pretty fast ult. And Loki, yeah, he's talking about Loki. I don't think we need to mention how broken Loki is. you literally do stupid amount of damage as a support, which is very, very insane. In my opinion, he has one of the highest survivability among all of the supports. You can just keep swapping between your clones. You can make the team immune to a lot of damage with your healing area. You can copy your healer's ult or anybody's ult whenever you need it. Insane, bro. Like, this guy is easily one of the best healers in the entire game. He cannot be played as a solo healer, obviously, and it's best if you have 3 healers with Loki, right? If you have 2 supports and a Loki, it's actually insane. Your team becomes completely immortal at that point. And because Loki has a lot of damage, you can go 3 supports with Loki and you'll be totally fine.
Play Loki like you are a terrorist. If your supports are not playing Loki when he's open, you guys are terrorists. There's no reason not to play Loki, even after the nerfs. The lamp is another ultimate, basically. He does so much damage. His ultimate is really good because he copies. Yeah. Only reason you don't play Loki is if Luna, Cloak, and Invis Woman are banned. Okay, you don't want to play Loki if your other support is Jeff and stuff, but this is all considering the fact that your other support has a brain, okay? So he's just really strong, right? He's just really OP. Moving on, Luna Snow, SSS tier, because Luna Snow keeps getting buffed every single patch because she's the love child of Danny, and he loves her so much, and she's been hard meta since the alpha, okay? She is
that's
OP,
crazy, bro.
her Snowflake is OP, her damage is OP, her ultimate is OP, she makes Loki OP, her stuff...
There is literally nothing that's bad about Luna. That is the craziest thing. She is the best healer in this game, and if your team is not picking Luna when she's open, absolutely throwing the game. Absolutely. Even if you are in low elo and you want to main healers, I'll say, bro, just start practicing Luna. She takes a little bit of time to get used to because she is not as brain dead as other healers. You need to actually aim with her. But if you can learn how to play Luna, you won't have to worry about playing any other support ever.
Stun is OP, everything about her is OP, and her movement speed is OP, and I don't understand why people keep buffing her, okay? She is an industry brand. Maybe in pro play it's a little bit different because people can kill through her ultimate, but you do not kill through her ultimate in your ranked games. If Loki and Luna are open and you don't play Loki and Luna in your games, you are throwing. Okay, I'm just gonna say it outright. Loki and Luna wins 99% of the time. The same thing for a while. Hela keeps getting buffed every patch, and I think Hela is OP. I was gonna put her in S tier, but you know what? I agree with you. I'm gonna put her SSS tier purely because I want her to get nerfed. I'm gonna keep putting her on the highest tier as long as they don't nerf her.
You know, the reason why we have Hela on S tier is mainly because we have Punisher. If Punisher didn't exist, I would have put her on SSS tier easily. But again, because Punisher, yeah, she's sitting at S tier. She's insane. She's insane. She is better than Phoenix. Let me tell you guys this. She is better than Phoenix. But she's in S tier because Punisher exists.
This character is crazy good. She's really consistent, high damage, high kill probability. Her ultimate is really good, especially if the enemy team are running dive and nobody can shoot her. Escape to, whatever. And you know what's better than one Hela? 2 Helas. Because Phoenix is basically a second Hela that is good against stacks of enemies, because Hela is good against single target, Phoenix is good against 2 targets, and then Phoenix counters rocket ult, and you can kill support ults with damage boost from Luna straight up. You just nuke them. So I think Phoenix is really good. I think Phoenix ultimate also goes through walls, by the way, so if you're trying to break ultimates, you don't need to fly into enemies. The only weakness to Phoenix ult is the fact that you can break it, but the thing is, Mag Bubble, you can actually use it on Phoenix while she's ulting, so you can save her. So there's a lot of things you can do to actually counteract it, and it's now only the starting. Now people are starting to learn her, and I think if people keep playing her, people are going to realize how broken she is. And it's...
I think people are a little bit too early to judge this. I'm gonna stay with my opinion that she is A tier at best, right? Because her ultimate, it does not provide a lot of value if you don't have a Rocket or Penny in the team. And if you are having a Rocket or Penny in the opponent team, then you're probably not high elo enough. Even in low elos, yeah, in low elos, she can be a menace because she will easily counter both Rocket and Penny. But yeah, in high elos, just because in high elos this team comp doesn't really work, I'm gonna put her in A tier. All right, just because of her less value in high elos.
So I think Phoenix, I'm gonna call it SSS tier. I think you're gonna see her in pro play, and then watch me be wrong and watch people make fun of me. But you know what? I'm ready for that. I'm ready to admit defeat. And finally, we have Wolverine.
Wolverine, bro. If there was a tier above SSS tier, I would probably put this guy there. You know what? Let's make another tier here, right? Add a row above. Okay, we're gonna make it the black tier, all right? Okay, now all right. What the fuck am I even doing? Anyways, so this is red, and we're gonna make this the black tier, right? And call it Parma Ban. All right, it's not really that visible now, is it? Let's make it gray. Yeah, this is Parma Ban, right? And here is this guy. If you are not banning this guy in a game, you should just uninstall, because you're throwing the game intentionally. And it doesn't even matter which elo you're on. You're in gold, it doesn't matter, bro. Just ban this guy, okay? Trust your senpais and just ban this guy. Do not ever leave this guy in the game. He was absolutely broken before the buff, and now after the buff, he is even more broken. You don't want this guy in the team. He disables every single tank in the game, and if there are no tanks, you know what happens, right? Just ban this guy.
And Wolverine is by far
Low
the
gang.
worst designed character in the game. Right, this character right there.
Low gang.
This character is a fucking raid boss right now, okay? This character...
Raid boss, yeah, that's a good way to call this guy, bro. This guy, he cannot be put in the tier list. He is a different, he's an NPC. He's an Elden Ring boss in this game. And these are all NPCs, and he's the Elden Ring boss.
Character with Phoenix, if Phoenix is open, that is not a reason why Phoenix is SS tier, and Wolverine are open, there is no comp you want to play but Wolverine Phoenix. This character is the sole reason why nobody plays tank in quick play, because this absolute menace to fucking society. Not only does he get lifesteal now, but he's broken, so he gets infinite.
Bro, what were the devs even thinking, man? It's crazy. I mean, if you think about it, people have always said that, alright, Logan is known for his healing, and Logan in Marvel Rivals does not have healing, so how is he lore accurate? Well, guess what now? Logan is lore accurate, and you cannot do fucking shit to him. So I guess this is something we players demanded from the devs. We cannot even blame the devs, because we are the people who always said that Logan is not lore accurate and he's a joke. But now just look at him, bro. Now he's lore accurate and he's doing what lore accurate Logan does.
Lifesteal if you know the tech. He can fly around the map and he can burn enemies while he's grabbing them with his shift. His only weakness was the fact that he dies, but now he's immortal because they decide to make him lore accurate. Like, you go in and you grab somebody, there is no way you die. Like, even if you don't do enough damage to kill them, the fact that you grabbed somebody gives you so much lifesteal over the course of the fight that you are not dying and you're winning that fight of attrition. Your entire enemy team needs to look at this fucking piece of shit so your tank doesn't die. And by the time you try to keep your tank alive, everybody else dies.
This guy is such a menace, even in high lows and in low lows. Because even in high lows, when you're 5 stack, everybody needs to kill this guy alone. Everybody needs to beat the shit out of him. And in low elos, since there is literally no team coordination, you kidnap the tank and you just run away. And there's probably one guy who noticed you kidnapping the tank and he's shooting you, and everyone else is like, oh, must have been the wind. They don't even notice the tank is gone. So he is so damn broken in low elos. Absolutely broken.
They need to give us the option for Mag to suck him into his Magul and crush him into bits, because he cannot die any other fucking way, bro. This character is an absolute fucking terrorist and needs to be dealt with. He's gonna be the reason why Marvel Rivals died. He did 9/11, he bombed the Balkans, he bombed every single country in the world, and he's gonna be the reason why we all fucking die, okay? He's gonna make the sun explode. You don't get how bad this character is right now. For some reason, they looked at Logang, they saw he's not meta, and they decided, hey, you know what would be a good idea?
Guys, devs, he was not meta because he was being banned. Not because nobody was playing him, alright? He was perma banned, and that is why he was not picked, and now he's gonna be perma banned again. Oh my god, bro, I just realized something. So Marvel Rival devs, they buff or nerf heroes based on how much they get banned, I guess, right? That is the only reason I can think of why they buffed this piece of shit, this abomination. Because he was being banned at the whole game. So they probably saw, oh, people are not playing Logang. He must be a pretty bad character, let's go and buff him. And the same shit is gonna happen this season as well. So it's very possible that in season 4, we see another Logang buff because nobody was playing him. It is crazy, man. If this is how Marvel Rival devs decide who to buff and who to nerf, then we are seeing a very dark future.
Let's fucking buff him so he's so fucking good.
Duelist and strategist combined.
He is so fucking good right now that if you don't play Wolverine and Phoenix in your game when they're open, you might as well leave the fucking game. If any of you don't ban this character in your games, you are basically unleashing Mahoraga. No, you don't ban Phoenix, because if you ban Phoenix, this creature is still on the loose, and because Phoenix is banned doesn't make Wolverine bad. He's still fucking strong. Okay? Kill him. He needs to die. Play triple heal. No, guys. Just leave the game. If you didn't ban Wolverine, Phoenix, just leave the game. Like, genuine.
Alright, I think he's just gonna bash Wolverine even more for the last few seconds. But yeah, this is the tier list we sit with. A little bit different from Bogur's, but let me know what you guys think of this tier list. I know I'll probably be pissing off a lot of Spider-Man players, but he deserves the D tier, guys. Thanks for watching this. So this was a new kind of video. If you guys have any form of suggestions, alright, by how we can improve these videos, because this is the first time we are doing this on the channel, so that will be very appreciated. And I'll see you guys in the next one.